I am the director of a game called Drăculești. Drăculești is a romantic horror visual novel where you're trapped in Castle Dracula and you kind of pick a character who you think can get you out of there alive. Basically, the story plays out based on which character you picked, you develop a relationship with them, and hopefully, they come through and don't leave you to get eviscerated by Dracula. So the artist for the game and I, Penta, we've been collaborating sort of on and off for about 8 years at this point, and several years ago we were both sort of coming off of bigger projects and wanted to work on something long-term together. We knew that we wanted to do like a sort of Gothic romance thing, and we both like Dracula, and Dracula is an easy concept to kind of, team up with someone on, because Dracula is Dracula. You can kind of start building a lot around him using the familiarity with the character to, really have a strong idea together of what you need to do with it and to make it Dracula, but also it's fun to like sort of bolt other things on and make it new and make it your own. We really wanted to have a sort of strongly defined protagonist. A lot of dating sims, you'll have kind of a blank slate, but we wanted to have a character that people could invest in as much as any of the love interests. We think that it makes the romance feel a lot stronger because we know, who you're playing as, and we can build something around both parties rather than it just being like, here's one character and we don't really know what they're engaging with. Renfield is like a very malleable but also very sort of fixed protagonist. Like, he's a lawyer who has been sort of traveling around Europe for a while. He's kind of the foreign, agent for his law firm, and he doesn't feel very grounded. And so the thing about being left alone in Castle Dracula is he's both like a resourceful character who can find his way through a bad situation if he needs to, but he also feels really lonely after all this time spent adrift. And so if you are playing a version of him that's sort of a bit like softer and more open to like letting the other characters take the lead, part of the appeal for him about this place, even though it's so spooky, is that he can actually like let someone else, take care of him for a moment and not have to worry constantly about taking care of himself. We've been really focused on making sure that all the different ways you can play Renfield are satisfying. So there are unique endings for whether you're an aggressive Renfield, or passive Renfield, or somewhere kind of in the middle. Trying to make sure that being in that middle road doesn't feel like a failure state has been one of the hardest parts. Drăculești is available on Steam. It's going to be for PC, Mac, Linux. We'll be looking at other platforms, but those three are all I can guarantee right now. Basically, we're going to have the demo that we have at PAX available for a wider audience to play online around the end of the year. And then the full game is due to release in sort of first half of 2025. So a little bit away, but not too far away.